Banana splits! Why?
I don't think murder everybody. According to the Sci-Fi Channel.
Sure.
Because didn't they... okay, that I'm going to get distracted by it, so I'm going to ignore that one till later. We're going to move on. Just look it up. Banana splits killing people. It's a thing. It's an actual movie out there. Thanks, Sci-Fi Channel. So...
Thank you, Sci-Fi Channel.
A month will pass as you all kind of take account of, you know, learning stuff, what weird shit that may or may not have happened, horrible beings that may or may be deep within your souls, usual kind of standard array of things. Good times. Anyway, so... as the month kind of goes up, the first one to kind of, like, pick themselves up and get everything together happens to be, of course, this time, Maxwell. As you kind of, like, assemble all of your stuff, and Latula, having, you know, kind of got some FERT training in, will meet up with you. You'll meet up, actually, in one of the little, like, open library areas where, like, more, like, books for reading for, like, you know, more entertainment than for research are. Where Nim is actually sitting and reading a book. Ah, Maxwell, Latula, how are things?
Wait, how much time has passed since the last scene?
Like a couple weeks.
Weeks by now, yeah.
Oh, you know, been well, just practicing music. Personally, I've been ready to depart this academy for quite a while now. I don't know about you, Nim.
It's hard to say. You'll notice that Nim seemingly has, like, during this time at least, like, it looks like cleaned up his outfit a little bit. He's wearing something that's a little bit more green-colored. And he actually has what looks to be some kind of, like symbol, almost sewed in to part of the outfit in the, like, left breast kind of area. There's definitely, like, either, like, this is definitely different robes than he was wearing before. It has much more of, like, a leaf and green motif.
Your outfit seems a bit more cultured since last I saw you.
Well, our next stop is, of course, Lanois, if you recall. And that means, home again, jiggity jig. And I should be at least, presentable, especially if I'm bringing guests in.
That's fair. At the very least, I hope we can leave a good impression on the people of Lanoir.
We'll see. How about you? How has things gone for you?
Been a bit of a mixed bag. Part of me is still trying to get over that one event that happened a few weeks ago with our good friends Carrion and Claude. Quite dramatic. I hadn't seen Claude's form in a very, very long time.
It's really a fascinating thing when you told me about it there, that he does have almost a natural form that it's very difficult for him to consciously return to. As if maybe it's one of those things that reasons he has so much psychological baggage. The unfortunate fact that he is a number of almost trapped souls, and none of them want to admit that they're dead in a way. And maybe that body represents their deaths.
It's a pretty accurate representation of that. Part of me can't help but think that he feels some sort of paralysis whenever he's in that form, and it hurts to watch.
Well, at very least, he seems fine. Come, sit. Let's wait for the others. So, how are you looking now? Have you updated your outfit at all? What's kind of the appearance of Maxwell as he is now, or the general appearance?
I didn't change my appearance, specifically because I want to keep my royal, you know, my family heirlooms garbs untouched. But I did trick out my my loot. It's I had some art students kind of help me out to try and make it look cooler. They painted it to have a sort of like grayish motif. The strings were changed to you know, silver wiring, and it has the name Maxwell, Master of Music, engraved on the side.
Nice. You'll definitely see that, like, things have changed for Latula. For one thing, like, she seems to be, like, have almost got, like, this, like, a loose set of decked out, like, Carl armor or something that, like, she has. Just something that she kind of wears on. And also, you notice that somewhere along the way, she did learn a type of magic to do effectively a fins to feet spell, we'll call it.
That's cool.
It's like a specifically like warlock ability that she learned through her patronage to the moon, because sometimes they are known to travel to other places to sort of see like how their goddess is reflected in other people's cultures, and so this is a way for sometimes the merfolk to go onto land, a spell that only certain ones can learn. And ends up that it makes her also look a little bit more human, but there's definitely something off about her. Maybe, like, the spell doesn't work as well because she was a little bit more savage of a merfolk. So she ends up being, like, a little bit more, like you don't notice it until she smiles. She has a very fanged smile. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like a piranha.
Yeah. Little things like that are very noticeable. Her skin is a little, like, pale. Maybe has, like, a bluish tint to it, but it's kind of, like, hard to notice unless you're, like, really looking close. Things like that, you know.
I find it interesting you keep describing her as savage, because she's so polite by comparison. Like, there's, like, an irony between that. That's kind of cool.
That's one of the points of her character kind of thing. There's, like, there's deep irony to it. After a little while, Kazrin will show up, accompanied by Radiant.
Oh.
She'll actually have been discussing with you, you've been, like, discussing for a few days, some kind of alchemical formula that she's been trying to design or something, too. And it's like, you know, I think we would have to increase the level of that to get the measurements correctly. I just want to make sure I know what the effects happen as being a spiritual being.
Sure, I mean, it's risky, it's a volatile substance, you have to be careful how much you're increasing it by.
Well, I mean, like, look, this is all about helping me, and I know you've been helping me out here with this thing, but I am a very unusual creature. I'm effectively a reincarnation of something that was never born.
Yeah. It's, hard to say.
Well,
Very
you know,
hard.
I'm pretty sure both of my parents ended up dead on that thing. I guess the entire thing of, like, star-crossed lovers. You know?
Sure. It's a good romantic concept.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm fairly certain my father murdered my mother in the end. But that's besides the point. Anyway!
Yeah, I don't want to think about that.
Oh, God. It's been an unusual couple of weeks. Like, I think it's... I think I have memories left over from my mother.
Yeah? How do you...
Oh, anyway. Hi, Max. Hi, Nim. Hi, Latula.
This is Radiant?
Yeah.
I like
Hey, Radiant, how have you been?
Oh, dealing with horrible traumatic stuff that explains my existence and the nature that I have deep within me.
Well, if you need friends to talk to about that, you've heard me out in the past, and I'm happy to do the same.
Oh, if it wasn't for the light of Sarah, I probably would have killed myself long ago. She's just gonna sit down and, like, with this, like, smile on her face that's like a everything is horrible kind of smile.
This is fine.
Can I sit down next to her?
Sure.
Okay. I sit down next to her, and I kind of put my hand over her shoulder to, like, kind of console her.
Maxwell, party therapist.
Just a nice guy. I just like making friends.
She certainly looks like she's, like, upgrading some of her own equipment too, you know, like, she always had that kind of, like, a little bit of divine, like, angelic things, but it looks like she's mixing a little bit more of her alchemist nature into what she's got, you know, like, so she's got, like a little, like, kind of, like, side belt on the one side with a number of potions and stuff in it that she has accessible, like, in vials, things like that.
Can I do something kind of cool thematically, even though it's not, like, really practical? Can I cast Heroism on Radiant?
Sure.
When I put my hand over her shoulder, I cast heroism to, like, you know, try and make her feel a little bit more confident. Along with giving her more HP, because why not? I know you're capable of great things, Radiant. Me and everyone else in the party believes in you.
Well, there's a reason for my existence, and for being, at least born as a true angel. So, I mean, I am a true angel at very least. So there must be something to that, and we'll find out what it is eventually.
Exactly.
Maxwell, Kazarin, God, my brain for a minute there. How would you describe your character now? A lot more of.
Biggest change is definitely the iPad.
Yes.
It is like, I'm not sure if I want to go the simple leather or more like Odin's eye patch, like it's a metal thing covering the eye.
Go for the metal, it's a lot cooler for a goblin.
It is a lot cooler for a goblin artificer. Yeah, it's like that metal eye patch that just covers the eye and is not sure how it's attached there, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I've hot glued an eye patch to my eye. Genius.
Can I make... Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I've also I wear a chainmail shirt now that I wear under a coat that's like a little bit of a longer coat to match more like the sailor thing that I have with that tricorn hat we bought like a month and a half ago. In addition, I still have my bag of holding slung across my back. It's not a duster. It's an overcoat. It's a pea coat. That's what it is. Pea coat. I still have my bag of holding slung across my shoulder. But there's also a coil of rope across my shoulder as well. With a hook attached at the bottom. Not like Winter's hook. Very different hook rope situation. This is not combat focused. And there is a small mechanical, or not small, tiny mechanical dragon following me around. And that's the homunculus that I now have. It has next to no combat abilities, and it's mostly for the aesthetic, but I'm keeping it.
Can I make an addendum to the whole cosmetic change thing?
Sure.
Can I have like a little like white feather on my matador hat?
Sure.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
Now we have Wintress and Carrion, accompanied by a very like talkative Hangay, come along. As the two of them are chatting about various, probably some kind of core dish that they're like missing. You know, something like, oh, and, oh, how did your mom make that? Oh, no, how did your mom make that? And Carrion's just being very demonic there. Carrion, come, sit down with us. We're still waiting for one more. How have you been adjusting to your new Eunice?
That was very diplomatically put, Nim. Thank you. The wings are the weirdest part, which weirds me the fuck out. Still don't know if I can fly with them.
To have seen the Abyss is both a dangerous and wondrous thing. The Abyss, both being a form of almost underworld or afterlife, is also the area that is said to go in between worlds.
Yeah, I don't know why you would think it was wondrous. It was a lot of black.
It's a nothingness. It's a nothingness where pure energies flow. Angels like Radiant are actually a manifestation of positive thoughts and oftentimes religious thoughts that exist within a community of other mortals, channeling that pure energy, and that's why they purely show up in planes. Unfortunately, demonic entities like your family tend to be created from negative emotions that exist outside of planes. Hence why they are oftentimes born within the Abyss and then sort of just meld into planes. Or at least that's the theory behind them.
Yeah, that is the theory.
Ah, Wintress.
I know the theory.
Yes.
Were you here this whole time, Wintress?
She's been here. I've been here too. Hi.
Hey, Hang. How you been?
So what's the meeting about today?
I got to make these paper mache horns.
Yeah, they were awesome. I helped.
You think it added like the little glitter on top?
Glitter makes it best.
We're mainly just catching up, Hang. It's been quite a wild ride these past few weeks. Also, Kazrin, you never explained that eye patch to us. What happened?
Oh, a series actually of very poorly secured knife traps, I think would be a way to describe it. Knife traps, that's the word I'm going to use to describe it.
Wasn't it just a scar? Isn't your eye fine?
You punctured your eye out?
I didn't puncture the eye out. It did get scratched, and it hurt to look through. So I have covered it up with the eye patch.
Why didn't you just use the medical eye patch until it healed?
Looks better, and I like the aesthetic.
Okay.
Will your eye heal?
Will you be able to magic it so you can see through the eye patch eventually?
Maybe. It might heal. I might end up just replacing it eventually.
I thought you wanted to replace your arm, though.
I do want to replace the arm. Lungs are next, then arm.
Okay.
Don't you value your limbs and organs, Kazrin?
I do.
Kaz doesn't want organs or limbs.
No, here's the thing. I've changed it. I no longer want to live as an immortal metal creature. Because thinking about this is actually a little terrifying. I value my organ. I do. They're just inefficient.
So get rid of the limbs.
I'm going to replace a limb with one that's simply better. I'm not thinking of it as replacing. I'm thinking of it as upgrading.
Why don't you just upgrade your existence then?
Because it's going to cost a hell of a lot of money.
Your willingness to change your body parts makes me a little uneasy.
I mean, Carrie just turned into a completely different being.
But that wasn't by her own. But that wasn't by her own will.
At the end of the day, it's still me. I'm not the collection of organs. I'm an individual who happens to have organs.
Yeah, and I'm not a collection of horrible black magic that can destroy the souls of the innocent.
No, you're not. You radiant.
Yeah, you radiate.
I'm also a goddamn angel. Pardon me.
You're still an angel at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And you get to choose what that means.
Yeah. And so he can get mechanical parts. And she can be demon-y. And, you can be a bone man. And, Claude, you can be like 27 dudes.
And women.
Yeah.
I feel like I barely recognize you anymore, Radiant.
What helped?
I respect the newfound confidence.
We're working on it.
Me and Hang are just like giving each other high fives every time Radiant says yeah.
Lord.
Yes. And then, of course,
some glitter falls off the paper mache horns onto the table.
Claude will come in, fashionably late, but not actually late, just, fashionable.
So Claude comes up. He's wearing now dark charcoal-colored robes and a large silver medallion with a scythe on it. His hood is up at the moment, but as he gets towards the group, he pushes it back, and you notice he's changed a little bit.
Huh.
Instead of the raven black hair he normally sported, it's actually now red.
So what sort of cult have you joined recently, Claude?
One other thing. And his skin actually has a little more pigmentation. He normally was like almost ghostly dead white.
Oh?
Now he's purple.
No, now he's actually like had like a slight tan.
Care to explain, Claude? Is this a new form of yours?
No, I decided maybe focusing on death all the time isn't always the best. Maybe I should be grateful for the, I don't know how many second lives technically I have.
I support this newfound view.
Man, meditation really does change a man.
Oh,
Should I take up drinking? I feel like I should take up drinking.
Radiant, I think you're okay the way you
Radiant, I'm gonna show you some excellent drink.
I don't think I can get drunk, but I want to take it up.
Hey, Radiant, you want some drugs?
Claude, your
I think I'm
silver
also
jewelry.
immune to those, but maybe I'll try.
Your silver jewelry there, Claude, has piqued my interest. Care to tell me more about that?
It represents my connection with death. I use it to help focus my meditations. Try to understand death better and also myself.
Fair. I mean, if you ever,
He's
if
so
you ever
like,
want to focus on death, all you need to do is look
dark.
behind my mask.
More the bond that I've made with it.
Ah, that makes sense. I guess it is sort of unique to each of us, how we view it. Or the lack of thereof with how we view it.
Or the lack of death or life we have.
Yeah,
well,
it is what it is.
it seems all of us are assembled and ready to enjoy our continued trip. Is she coming along with us, the new one? I mean, I'm not against it, but, I would like to know at least.
It's just it's two Wintresses just going back and forth.
It's pretty much what it is. It's like, it's like, Hang will be like, oh, I guess I could.
I don't know, she could. Wanna come? We can play. We can, like, sing a duet.
Whatever. Okay, great. Anyway.
It's getting quite crowded here, isn't it, Nim?
Whatever.
We've made 2 friends under the ocean.
Yes, you did. Excellent. Let's get going. We have a teleporter to take that'll take us to land, at least. I've arranged for it.
I got a meta question. What class is Hang?
She is,
A Leftomancer, right?
yes, she is a type of... I don't know if I quite defined it what I wanted her to be. I think I said, like a specialized evoker, almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I kind of assumed she was like a warrior.
Nope, she's a magic user.
Yeah, I remember she almost attacked you.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was really threatened by that. I don't know how I feel about Hang. I don't really like her.
Because
I think it'll be nice.
Yeah, like, wouldn't you, like, if someone pulled a gun on you, would you trust them? Like, come on.
Depends on why they pulled the gun on me.
Yeah.
They thought you were a bad guy. She thought you were a bad guy.
Yeah, if they thought I was bad, then totally I'd trust them.
Well, someone
it's
instigated to
understandable.
fight for this.
I'd need to, like, discuss with the person, like, why you thought me, of all people, was bad. But
I
after
think
it's charming.
I think it'll be nice to feel the sun again.
Yeah, I agree. My, not really a fan of all the salt.
The sunroom is really nice, but it's all very artificial.
I'm gonna miss that weird bar.
So you said there was a teleporter to get us back to the surface?
No, I've arranged for teleportation back to the surface. Deal with the old friend of mine, Mr. Joda. He can, with some of his magics, he's able to get us something that'll get us to the surface quite quickly. Anyway.
I have one last question before we leave, since this seems a bit relevant. Is there any way for us to remove that magic that was cast on us related to the academy? Maybe they can like wipe our memories or something.
It wouldn't be out of the question, but the problem is it's a very powerful magical effect, and forcibly removing it like that might not have the best effects for you.
It's fine, so long as you don't talk about the thing we're not supposed to talk about.
It's a little harder for some of us.
Supposed to talk about?
Don't worry about it. No, you can't sing about it. You can't share the information.
Unless you have
Can
an
we
army
play
of
charades?
water.
We're gonna sing about this, right?
Cannot charades. I've
about
thought about this. Oh man, I've been like
Pictionary.
Maybe Winter should have this curse removed.
no party games. There's no way to party game your way out of this. I've thought about it. I've thought long and hard about it. Can't even Jenga your way out. That was a oof. I wish you could Jenga your way out of it. It'll make a lot of sense.
What are we Jengaing?
You want to play Jenga? We can play Jenga on the road. We'll play Jenga on the
Why
road.
we teleport?
Let's arrange for the for what was their name? Jihad? I can't remember their name. Rod?
Joda?
Joda. It was something J. You can talk to Joda. I thought it was like Gerard.
Yes,
Let's not
this is my
contact
friend.
Jihad,
This
please.
is my friend. Holy Vengeance.
I mean, it could be now, but no. Anyway, yeah. What were you trying to arrange with him?
For the teleportation thing?
Yes, he can take care of
It's
that.
already been arranged.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I want to do that. I want to get out of this stupid school.
Oh, the school's fun.
I'm fine with the school. I just would like to have me on the surface again.
Alright, follow me. Let's go and meet with someone and get out of this place. Let's see here.
Remember, Kaz, we can still visit the bar when we go to one of the other academies.
Oh shit, that's right. I'm on board with that.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to arrive at a very reasonable location. I'm hoping the arrangement is hopefully going to put us in Circe. But unfortunately, I don't know where he's going to send us directly. But I'm hoping Circe is the location. We'll find out. So you will follow Nimoff, your kind of cast of people, head through parts of the school, which you're pretty familiar with now at this point in time. You know, it's you've had a lot of experience visiting a lot of these places. And eventually, though, you will meet up with Joda, who seems to be in like an area where there's an opening. You'd be like, "Ah, Nim. Great. Good to get rid of you. Excellent. Well," he's gonna point over to like a circle in the ground. "Go ahead. I've rewritten it enough, it should work for all of you. Good luck on your journeys."
Thank you. I'll step on.
I'll wave shyly and walk onto the circle.
I will gladly walk on.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming we all walk on.
Yeah.
I walk hard.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I walk a lonely road, the only road that I've ever known.
Don't know where it goes.
But it's only me. Well, actually, it's not only me.
No.
You got a bunch of friends.
9 of us.
So, all of you will squeeze into the area, and he will be, with like no fanfare whatsoever. He's just gonna cast something, and you will all go.
Yeah, we Wayne's World transition out of there.
Alright, let me just check this map. Okay. Yay. Just making sure I got it right here. Okay. You find yourselves kind of like awakening from like this quick kind of like flash on a beach. There's some waves crashing behind you. It's a pretty like stony beach. There's a massive forest in front of you.
Cool.
Anybody have any idea where the fuck we...
I look at Nim.
No. Guess we could look around and try to find our location. See if we can find a city of some kind or something.
Is it sunny?
It's quite sunny.
Yay! Also, I'm changing into a female elf.
All right.
Hot. I guess off we go, trying to find where the hell we are.
Okay, can someone give me a survival check? Try to figure out where the hell you are.
I'm a ranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18.
You want to know where we are? I thought it was pretty obvious where we were, though.
No?
We're here.
Thank you.
Where is here?
Thank you. Sorry.
After a little while and investigating some of the local plant life and stuff and the kind of territory you are, you realize that you are, in fact, somewhere... You're in Barbar.
Aha! We're in Barbar.
Where the hell is Barbar?
Crap.
Wherever that is.
Well, unfortunately, that's not good. We're very far south of Cersei, where we wanted to go. We're even farther south than Kush. We are on Ariona. Good news. Hey, everybody. We're back on Those of Us That Lived Here's home continent. Bad news. We're in Barbar.
Is Barbar bad?
Barbar's bad.
A little bit. It's known for the apes.
They like to eat.
They
What
like to
kind
eat-
of apes?
Smart ones, like man smart, and
Oh,
also
okay.
flesh eating.
Flesh
Yeah.
eating. Oh, okay.
Are they
Well,
modern
they are.
apes?
They're not fun.
No. Well, we can either go inland and hope to avoid them, or we can follow the ocean and maybe hope to get somewhere into Kush shortly.
Is Kush any better?
It's civilized.
There's people.
Well, what do you recommend, Nim? We're in your hometown.
If we're in Barbar, traveling around it, we'd have to go past... do you think we've reached the first or the second river? We can pass into the Greenlands. That's probably relatively safe. That would be heading directly north towards Surrey. Or we could head over through Kush and take the river. Maybe make a boat. We'll be going upstream.
How deep is the river?
It's a large river that heads up towards Kush.
Oh no, Carrion will drown.
If we cross into the Greenlands, it's the Great Plains that will take us farther north into Surrey eventually. It would be the... Cersei is one of the safer territories, Dominaria. It's where I was hoping for us to enter into this territory from.
Well, if it's safer, we should do that then.
Well, from Cersei, we should be able to get mountain roads and head into Lanois.
Okay, let's take the Greenlands then.
All right then. Coastline ho. So you'll begin your long journey because you were placed maybe like I don't know,
We're
like
at the bottom of the continent. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
you're like 100
We have
miles.
to go to the top of the continent.
You're like 100. Okay, you're a couple hundred miles from where you were supposed to be dropped off. Okay.
We can't rent like
Someone scuffed something when they're walking that teleporter.
Yeah. You know,
I'm going to kick Joda's ass. If I must see
Oh,
him.
were we supposed to tell you what we bought with our 500 Gs?
just let me know after everything's done. Like
Alright.
you know, like as I said, like fish. Let me know what Catherine mostly got. You know that kind of thing. So if you figure out anything, yeah. Llanowar is like in the center of the continent. Benalia is kind of like on the border towards the northern part of it, and so like it is a very long journey to there. But yes, you'll avoid going deep into the the wooded forest. So you're kind of like traveling along this like massive forest area. It's kind of like rainy. I call this a
rainforest?
temperate rainforest. So very like Oregon, where it rains way too much, but it's not very warm.
Well, if we're in Oregon, we should play the Ordnance.
Exactly.
I can play the
You're welcome, fish.
Because unlike the bone zone over there, I got lips.
He can make the sound of it.
I thought we had established. I thought we'd established that he could play the Ordnance because he can like make.
He can make it the Ordnance with his mouth.
He can make the noises of an Ordnance kind of more than anything.
He can pretend to be an ordnance, but can he play it? No.
He can get the
I can play it very badly.
He's the spiritual essence. It's like, you know, playing an instrument on a computer. Except it's a skeleton kind of tongue.
He's a MIDI player.
Oh no, not middies! The worst quality.
Oh, Beans, dude, you're a living. You're
No,
living launch pad.
non-living.
God.
You're an undead launch pad.
No. Do you think?
No.
Too bad I can't change it to dragon form.
Do you
Fly
think
everyone
John
there.
Wasabi plays the Maxwell?
Oh God. All right.
Anyway, broke my brain a little bit there. So, it'll be a pretty long journey. Many days where you try to avoid garnering the attention of, you know, horrible flesh-eating apes, while still surviving along the coastline. But fortunately, you have a fairly well-trained ranger on your side. And Claude isn't too bad at getting into a situation, if need be, to help out. And so, you'll make your way through many of these territories. Following along the coast, eventually, though, you will come across a large river that cuts your way. So after a few days of travel, you're going to come to the river, and you'll have Nim kind of turn towards you and like, so as soon as we cross this river here, or this delta, we'll find ourselves in the territory of the Greenlands. The problem is, you know, mile wide across river entrance.
I could build us a raft.
I mean, I can just swim.
I turn into merfolk.
Yeah, we can just swim.
All right, that's nice for you. I'm a professional shipwright.
Are you gonna build us a ship just to
We
cross
could probably
the
try to
mile?
pull the raft across for you.
It would be helpful rather than fighting the current. Also, that way we don't have to make Carrie swim. Carrie, you can just fly across, can't you?
I don't know if I can fly. I thought we'd established this.
Right.
Oh, we can.
You can try.
We can do like what mother birds do to their kids and just push her, and she can either
We're sure.
sink or fly. Swim isn't really
Swimming
an
is not
option.
something I'm very good at. I know I can go up in a coaster town, but I'm not very good at swimming.
Okay. Raft then? Yes, Carrie? Raft?
Yes, raft.
Raft.
While he's building, try to fly.
I'm gonna build a
I
raft.
don't know. How would I try to fly?
Talk to Angel Girl.
Radiant?
Radiant.
flies.
Maybe she can give you like.
Or knowing how to fly.
I mean, I can
Maybe she
lift
can
this.
teach you.
I can lift a decent amount, but I don't know if I can lift one of you. I can lift like Kazran. He's tiny.
No, you have to teach her how to fly, Radiant.
Oh, I mean, you just kind of do it.
Yeah, that's.
I know.
That's.
Just do it, Carrie.
I was kind of born with the ability to, and like the ancestral knowledge. Doesn't really help others, I don't think.
That was the whole point.
I've already
And now
left to gather wood for the raft.
Do you want me to scout ahead? See what's on the other side of the bank.
Do you need anything besides wood, Kaz?
Well, let's
Can I
see.
help?
Rope.
Rope? No, I have plenty. Here is some. I have some of those. What I'm going to need, since the raft will be pulled by the merfolk, we don't necessarily need a mast. I will be installing a mast anyway, so we have something to hold on to. That way it's more secure. Also, Carrie, if it's more comfortable for you, you can tie yourself to the mast to decrease the risk of falling into the water.
Okay, I'm not that bad.
Just in case it would make you more comfortable.
Can I stealth swim across and see what's on the other side?
Sure, you can try to swim across, but see what's on the other side. I mean, you do your best to be stealthy.
It's not that great.
It is a delta, so it's a little bit like the water's a little murky, you know, with stuff coming in from the river into the ocean and stuff here. But you'll manage to get across all right, and it doesn't seem like the water is too dangerous. At least you didn't notice anything, but the problem is it's very hard to notice anything.
How strong is the current?
Actually, not too bad at this point in time. You think you should be able to pull it across if you wanted to do that. That, or if you wanted to you could try paddling across, it might work too. Again, like, this is like right where, since you've been traveling around the coastline, this is right where the river goes into the ocean. So a lot of the current has also like kind of like been spreading out, you know, into the water now. It's widened, you know, so it's like a lot slower. The current's a lot, you know, not as powerful at this point in time.
Well, I was thinking probably Otula and I could probably pull it together.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make it easier, and that way also it doesn't try to turn.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
What's on the other side?
Drugs.
Just more forest, kind of. You get to the other side, and it's more shoreline with forest going off of it.
I'll hop out and turn back into elf.
Yeah.
And I want to do a survival real quick, see if there's any like obvious tracks or anything.
Okay, sure.
Not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. No, you don't find anything that really stands out.
Okay, good. I'll swim back.
Okay.
Well, change, swim back.
Yep. Yeah, so you'll manage to show up with everybody else. Kazran's busy building a boat. I'm sure that there are plenty of people helping Kazran build a boat. Probably.
It's a very simple boat. It's gonna take like a few hours. Playing something.
Since we're sitting here for a few hours, Wintris, that's the name, wants to go hunt.
Okay. Sure. You can go hunting. Give it a survival check. See what you can catch.
Ouch.
You can probably get like
a cold.
You can get like maybe a rabbit. So a little bit of small game.
It's too bright outside.
Sure, that's what it is.
I'm just gonna have this rabbit all to myself.
You can't just eat that rabbit.
Eat the rabbit.
No.
The rabbit.
It has
Rabbits are
feelings.
Look, Mr.
Yeah.
Vegetarian Bone Man, you can't tell me what I can and cannot eat.
He's not vegetarian. He just doesn't eat.
The man behind the mask.
I guess he's a true vegan.
I was
I
gonna
think
make that
Lindsay was
joke.
referring to me IRL because I actually am a vegetarian.
Oh, and Tantus, real quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Regular elf or Sky Shroud elf? Which would be from this area?
Llanowar. Sky Shroud are
Okay,
up
so we're
farther
off.
north in ice held around the Celts. They've interbred with them.
Okay. Okay, then normal elf. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed, like, oh yeah, you gave me a Sky Shroud elf form. I also had an elf form. I think it's funny they're both female.
You can only be female elves.
Yeah. Yes.
It's fine. I have two different elf forms.
Yes.
I just think it's interesting that both are female.
Mm-hmm. So,
He is Gorl.
anyway. Alright, Kazran, eventually you will finish your boat.
I'm guessing, Kaz, you're going to make some kind of harness for us?
Yes, I will. Leatherworking is one of the only tools I'm not proficient in, but I have Tinker's tools, so I can fashion something.
Out of
roughly.
rope.
Just
You
tie
can make
rope
something out of rope.
Yeah, I'll make something out of rope.
It's like a harness out of rope.
Yeah. Figure it out. I make it work.
Yeah, it goes
We're
like
doing
under
this,
our
man.
Kaz
it goes
has
like under
brain.
our arms and we swim.
Okay.
Oh, I also have some paddles, just in case. In case
Well,
the rope snaps or something, so we're not going to just be thrown out to sea.
That's a paddling.
I feel like that was supposed to be a pun, but I did not get it.
Okay. So. Alright. It'll take you a little while to cross. Like, the water here is a little turbid, a little, like, things you get, like, you'll actually will have to hit the paddles to kind of help out it sometimes, because it feels like, with the weight of it, it is still a little difficult for the two of them to push you forward.
Yeah.
Sorry, just making a note here. Right, in the future. Alright. But eventually you'll cross. Quite successfully. You'll be able to kind of, like, move into shore, and Nim will kind of, like, look and be like, as far as I know, if we travel, we can either cut through this forest here, farther north, and then we'll move into the Greenlands, and farther north of that will be Erg Mirab, the desert which Cersei is next to. Which we might not need to go directly to Cersei if we don't want to. If we head straight into the desert, we can cut west into the mountains that separate the Tonga Mountains and head into Llanowar. But
Sure.
it's up to you if you want to take some time in a desert. We certainly won't see any civilization until we get to Llanowar, then, if we go that way.
Do we have enough water to cross the desert?
That's the problem.
Because I'm assuming, we're going to drink more in the desert than we would taking other paths, and other paths might have water.
If we stick to the coastlines and head up towards Cercery, we would be safer. There's more greenage rather than heading directly into the desert.
It will take longer, I'm guessing.
Well, it's kind of going. We'd be going slightly back to the east to get to Cercery from where we are now. We're heading really directly north through the desert and eventually into the mountain range.
I mean, I'm fine either way, and so is Maxwell, but I'm more worried about the rest of you that need sustenance.
I don't like the desert.
It would be a weird opposite.
If we can get to Cercery, we might be able to get a part of a caravan across the desert and at least have supplies there. That would be prepared for it, rather than walking on foot. We will have to cross the desert at some point in time, but that at least will be... I'm assuming that's how Carrion and Wintris originally traveled across the desert. Unless you left Benalia Port proper.
I have bad memories of the desert, Carrie.
Oh.
I don't want to go back to the desert.
What happened in the desert?
Fire.
Nothing happened in the desert. Never speak of the desert to me ever again.
What about dessert?
Well, that's just tasty.
Oh, did you have like that blueberry pie the other day? Like,
But no, I would suggest probably going to see if we could get a caravan. We tried going in the desert for about a day by ourselves. That didn't work out very well. Listen, I'm heat resistant, but Wintris is not.
I grew up in the cold mountains.
I'm a demon.
And
More
you're
so,
very fierce and lovely
more so
demon
now
at
than
that.
you were before.
More so now than I was before. I don't think that changes the fact that...
You're even fiercer and lovelier now.
Thank you, Wintris.
You're even more heat
Oh
resistant.
my.
But if I have to go back to the desert, I will. That's what y'all think is best. Although I don't know how anyone can think that the desert is the best place to go.
Oh, it's an awful place to visit. I will not argue with you. Why don't we head towards...
Why don't we do the caravan?
Yeah, let's head towards Cercery. We'll go on the safer side. If we want a good passage, we should head straight into the Greenlands proper, and we can meet some of the locals. They're a bit
It would
nomadic,
probably be... That would be a good idea.
but they tend to be friendly. The Windseeker centaurs are always friendly. Well,
Centaur 4.
unless you piss them off, but that's up to you.
Never met a centaur before.
Oh no, we met Minotaurs.
As long
That's
as we're
right.
bringing peace, the centaurs will be relatively happy. Unfortunately, their territory has been known for being very good for wars, since it is a large green open field south of a horrible desert.
Well, so long as we don't start any major wars or other
I look-
conflicts.
I look over at Maxwell. No mind reading.
No deep
I
mind
can't
reading.
make any promises for that.
Okay, warn us first. I'm happy for you to do mind reading.
But if I
Never
say it
mind.
out loud, then they're going to know.
Warn us first. Not
With what? Like a hand sign?
Tap your forehead, like do like the thinky think, and we know that you're about to think someone hard.
Listen, just like
I think that's not a bad idea, honestly.
What if
Uh,
I touch the feather on my hat?
that'll work. Well, how often
Yeah.
do you adjust the feather on your hat?
I like never touch that thing. It's like
Perfect.
super glued to it.
As soon as you whenever you look like you're adjusting,
Perfect.
And if we scream horribly, that means no.
Not very subtle, is that, Wintress?
If she hooks you in the back...
Oh, what if I... One day, we gotta try this. I gotta hook his spine. I can just drag him like a little piano.
I think we should avoid hooking people's body part personally.
That's a good idea.
Unless we're into that.
Unless you're into it.
Are you into that?
Are you asking Maxwell?
I'm staring him straight in the eyes.
He doesn't have it.
He doesn't.
Glowing orbs.
What are you doing?
Those are his eyes.
Why would you want to hook my body parts?
Well, like, you know how you catch crabs? Is like you hook like a rotting chicken bone?
I just
You're gonna go wait, you're gonna go crab hunting with Max?
One day.
But you're not gonna use my bones, are you?
So how about that feather, huh?
I read Wintress's mind.
La 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 la.
I was hoping for elevator music.
Can
I probe deeper?
Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah.
There's just
It gets louder.
there's just images of putting together the crocheted horns that are mocking imitations of Harry's.
Mocking?
Mocking? Why
I
are you
don't mean
mocking my
mocking, but I mean they're mock horns.
Like a mock-up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Just see Hang give a pot of glitter over to Winches while she dumps him on the horn.
I kind of look at my hand in like confusion. I'm like, why? And I say out loud, why did I do that?
It was a mistake.
So you'll kind of like cut in to a little bit of forest, and it'll be like a day's travel through the forest before you'll actually emerge into a massive, like, plains. This is the Greenlands. It is wide open, just fields of green. These areas, like, I call them, like, they're probably not like the Great Plains, because they're more of like a steppe. Because region here is like steppes and taigas, which I have no idea the difference between a steppe and a taiga.
Oh, tigers are cold.
Okay, so probably up towards where they're getting close to the mountains in this region, it gets
They have
cold.
pointy teeth.
Mhm.
No, that's a tiger.
So there's more steppe. Southeastern Europe is filled with steppes. Neat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we get our steps in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not wearing a pedometer. This is how I'm going to respond to your jokes now. As if they were serious.
Tigers are more like foresty. So like,
Steppes are rocky and grassy.
Yeah, rocky and grassy. So they're very rich steppes and taigas. So the taigas are probably up on the, like, I can see where they are on this little map that I've got here, like where the mountains and stuff are, you know. So, yeah. The Greenlands, it's fields of green. And you'll take a little bit of travel into it. And at first, you know, it's kind of empty. You're not really encountering much. But Nim's going to be saying, we should try to get the attention of the centaurs. Their escort could get us quickly through this territory, if we could arrange it.
Okay, attention how? Because I can get people's attention. It's very violent.
In a nice way.
Fire probably would be
Nim
best.
is about to just leave.
Max, maybe you could play them a song.
Maybe a controlled fire, like if we cut some of this grass-bound area and light it in the middle so it doesn't light the... Tire, please.
Who am I playing a song for?
Oh wait, I'll just do Skywrite.
Help. Lost on grass.
I can put the message in the sky. Would that work?
Yes.
All right, what we wanted to say.
Help. Lost in grass.
Are we actually lost in the grass?
I mean, we can just continue going that way, but don't we want them to come get us?
There.
The ambassadors of Nim's village, you mean?
No, the centaurs.
Yeah.
Are they friendly?
Yes.
Were you not listening?
As long as we don't piss
Honestly,
them off.
no. I was kind of like spacing out a bit.
Long day, spacing
No,
out of it.
Classic Max.
Yeah.
Points for honesty.
As long as we don't piss them off, they're friendly. That's
me-
why we said not to read their minds.
I'll
Can I-
ping Skywrite.
Can I summon my dancing lights to like kind of help with the skywrite as well?
Light daylight.
I mean, it's
Oh,
those big
that's
lights
fair.
in the sky, if you put them up high enough. Sure. What 10 words do you want to have appear?
We love centaurs.
No. Requesting assistance near river. Friendly. I know that's only 5, but I'm keeping it short.
Okay.
Can you draw a little heart?
Oh.
Well, you wait around for the hour, and nobody will show up. But a little while...
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Can Carrie fly with her new wings or no?
We haven't figured that out.
We
she
haven't
hasn't-
figured that out yet.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah,
whole
we
discussion.
Why don't we see if she can fly to find someone for us?
Usually they try to have,
Radiant can.
they tried to have
Carrion's
Radiant
scared.
teach her, and Radiant was just like, you just do it. Because when Radiant was born into existence, she just knew how to do everything that her body could do.
I volunteered to push her into the water so we can see if she would see.
No, you gotta push her off a cliff.
Can we try to force her to fly? Like,
Let's not push our
Why
friend
not?
off a cliff.
You wanna-
No, I don't know. She'll be on the ground, obviously. I don't want to like freaking send her off like a hang glider.
Like throw her up into the air and like fly.
Here, climb that tree and jump.
What do you think, Carrie? Do you think you have it in you to fly?
Fine.
Imagine the terror you'd be, Carrie, invisible and flying.
I keep forgetting I can go invisible.
I know. It's so. Anyway.
Such a random thing for a barbarian to do.
Max,
Are there
quick,
trees
start singing
around
I
the
believe I
pond?
can fly.
Yeah, we are in grassland, not in tree land, so. I mean, of
Yeah,
course.
is there a tree I can climb?
You can't do it from the ground?
No, not in this area.
Okay,
Listen, how am I supposed to figure out how to fly if I some type of height?
Hey, Matt, I have a question.
Sure.
What kind of like aviary are there like aviary races that
Yes, there are
a certain
avens.
spell that I know?
There are
Okay,
avens.
does the certain spell I know work for that?
The certain spell that you know can they count as people, not birds. But you can just
Okay.
turn someone into a bird for a while anyway.
But I need something to talk though.
Well, Radiant
Yes.
can fly.
Oh,
Well, why don't we ask her to find someone for us? I don't care who does it. I know someone here can fly, and so help me God, I'm gonna turn someone into a pigeon to do that.
Radiant can fly.
Okay, Radiant, can you see if you can find anyone to help us?
Wasn't Kazarin making it that like signing it? Shouldn't we wait for a
I
little bit?
already did the fucking
Okay.
thing. Let's just wait for
All
someone.
right, I'm just saying we have more tools, so we don't have to wait as long. We have a turret that can go up like 30 feet in the sky.
You hear
It
this-
can't
It's
fly.
all of a sudden you hear this.
Hooves!
Yes.
Carrie
Thank
just
you, Gabriel.
yells hooves for no reason.
As riding up are a pair of armored centaurs. Like I'm saying, like it would be like full plate for a centaur. One of them carries a large kind of like One end is like a spear, and the other end is like a flail, on like a large stick.
You said they were friendly.
I also said they're
the Royal Guard.
They're like warriors too.
Just
Greetings.
because someone carries a weapon doesn't mean they're not friendly.
The other one
Right.
has a bow. The one with the kind of spear and flail combo is a woman, very obviously. The other one is a man. And they're like, so, are you the friendly types looking for assistance? And we'll just end it right there.
Why, yes. Oh, I was ready for the convo.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to wait for that conversation.
Let's turn into a
next
centaur
time.
and see what his robes look like.
As
I'm
now
happy we finally made it out of the school. We've been there for quite a bit.
the other is male, very obviously.
Well, we've been at the school.
I was gonna say good evening, sirs, and then you just said
Our
that. I'm like,
party
oh,
is
thank
9
God.
people big now.
It's noon.
It's good evening. It's noon.
Hey, sir. Hey, madam.
Good day, sir and/or madam.
Sir and madam. Not and/or.
Yeah, it's Andor. Fuck you.
It's Anor.
Good evening, sir and/or madam. I'd like to introduce you to the Whack-O-Matic Sword Killer 5000. A powerful bit of artifice that perhaps your tribe could use.
Oh, fuck.
Not the Whack-O-Matic. We've heard horrible things about that.
Door-to-door artifice salesman.
Actually, we're vacuum salesmen.
But anyway, yes, that'll be it for today. Thanks everyone who joined us for today. This was a interesting adventure. They had some crazy shit happen to them, and then we made it to the continent of Arona, and have ran into centaurs, and they haven't pissed them off into getting into a fight yet.
We've only seen them for like 20 seconds. You don't know.
We haven't even introduced ourselves yet.
I mean, you are a very interesting cast of characters. We'll put it that way.
One of us is bound to anger them.
9 people. That's a lot of people.
You are indeed 9 people. An angel.
There's almost more NPCs than there are player characters in this group now.
Yeah, we just need one more, and then it's half and half.
How do you feel about that, DM?
I probably won't. Well, I'll probably eventually subtract one, so if I add another one in, it'll remain the same.
Well, yeah,
Really
Nim is
bad.
permanent, because he's kind of like just our pure fruit.
When you get to Benalia, he was planning on separating ways from you.
But if each of us get a sidekick...
Yeah. Like,
Listen, I brought Radiant.
Maxwell has Latula. Wintris has Henge. Each of you gets a sidekick.
Oh, dude, we can become superheroes now.
I wonder what
I am
Carrion
that
sidekick?
That is.
Yeah,
I have several sidekicks. Because I didn't
know Radiant was your sidekick. I thought she was cool with all of us.
Well, no, I brought her because we're both artificers. That's why I originally went to go meet her.
Yeah.
She's like an angel with like effectively 2 levels of artificer. So she's actually a little more powerful than your average angel. But
show me on the artificer where the angel touched you.
It's also the entire fact of has a horrible backstory, that she's now learned some of that kind of thing.
But
Yeah,
now
we
she's
all
very
have that.
empowered, Like,
Yeah, that heroism spell really did something.
Woman now.
She's a strong, independent woman and doesn't worry the fact that her basic storyline is her mother was a guardian angel of a guy. He eventually became a vampire, became ultra evil, ended up stuck on Rath, killed her. She came back in spirit form. They had a very spiritual moment.
They fucked.
Right before he once again passed away in order to basically redeem his soul. Also,
and that's Radiant.
What you guys don't know is it's Krovax, who is the replacement Evan Carr for Volrath.
Oh, no.
God.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
So, Wintris is the only one who doesn't have a horrible backstory.
I mean, her ancestors got fucked over.
See, Wintress doesn't, but everyone before Wintress does.
She's the
Winter is
most normal of the
normal
group.
one in the fam.
And maybe, just maybe, like great-great-great-granddaddy was an Ilkor, and no one talks about him. There you go. Dun dun dun.
I still love the fact that I might
Evil
be
Ilkor.
O'Toola's grandfather.
You're probably not.
Probably not.
No, because that would be like 400 years. The grandfather's like at most 100 years before. Most likely 60. But I don't know how long fish people will last, so.
It
day and a
never
half.
say. It never says.
It's a day and a half. They're like mayflies.
Oh no! Oh no,
So
the
she's
Tula.
already dead?
Yeah, it's been a ghost the whole time.
You're already dead.
Well, that's fine. She's hanging out with the dead guy.
Anyway, so yeah, lots of crazy shit happened. It was great, and we're gonna have an even crazier session because they have to negotiate with centaurs, cross a massive plain, travel to an entirely another nation, arrange for a caravan across a desert, cross a mountain, and finally get to Llanowar.
And avoid all the people Carrion Wintress pissed off in their journeys.
Yeah. And
There's
then
probably a
you're
lot of
theoretically going to go visit Wintress's home, and then, technically speaking, in between Wintress's home and Benalia is totally the area where Carrie lived.
People are gonna be like
So Carrie,
Wintress's brother and Wintress's other brother, Wintress's father.
Wintress's grandfather and grandmother and aunts and uncles and cousins and like...
And the kid who lived across the street.
Look, I'm just saying, like, it's a very close tribe. You'll meet everybody. And then maybe meet Kara's family and finally get to Benalia. We'll see how that happens. I doubt this will be one session. This will probably be 2 or 3, if not
Probably
more.
more like 4.
Yeah, I actually,
If
judging you guys, it might be 2 sessions to get to Llanowar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
how
gonna
long
go
did you
shopping
think we'd
there.
be underwater?
But you love
I
us,
didn't
so it's
know.
okay. You love us, so it's okay.
It depends on how things go in Cersei when you get there. That's going to be my say.
Carrie needs to find someone who can put her caps back on her horns.
Mm-hmm.
Mads, we need to figure out where the village we burned down is.
You know what? If there are villages in the desert, that's probably where it is. That might be the reason why the desert sucks for both of us.
That's where it was, you mean?
Oh
No, that's where it was.
But like, desert villages normally have clay walls. You can't really burn that down.
It's okay. With Kazran, arsonists stick together.
Anyway, yes, arsonists stick together. God. So, yeah, you'll be visiting Cersei, fabled for its Pegasi. Won't that be wonderful?
Maybe they can teach Carrie how to fly.
Maybe! Anyway, why don't we go reverse color order, giving shout-outs for people as we always do. We'll start with Mads.
Hey, so we're not streaming anymore, so now you just see me here. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Is it your internet?
It's partly my internet, partly because...
Tiv is like ceased to sort of exist, yet exists.
Poor Tim, 'cause he's working like 50-hour weeks. He's having a time.
Yes.
Chasing that paper, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm not saying I understand Tiv's plight. I also would like him to communicate more sometimes. That's all I'm saying about it. Cough, cough, grinding gears, cough, cough, Divinity 2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, then we'll move on to Fish.
Hey, what up? It's Fish. This week you can find me at back of your local PetSmart, smuggling all their beta fish into better homes.
Better homes for beta fish. It's everybody's favorite charity, Better Homes for Beta Fish.
Listen, the way they keep beta, the way that they keep their beta fish, fucking sucks. You need like an actual tank with like a filter for beta fish, not a plastic goddamn solo cup.
Red solo cup.
It's clear.
That's how most places keep their beta fish, and it's sad.
Yeah, it sucks shit.
Lightning.
I went to like a family-owned pet shop. They tried to get my beta fish. They didn't even keep them in tubs. They kept them in tiny plastic bags.
You gotta go to like breeders to get good beta fish.
All right, we'll move on to Lee.
Hey guys, I'm just Lee Belmont, your noble vampire hunter. I also stream on Twitch, and I'm kind of doing a challenge where I speedrun 100 games. I kind of put it on hiatus for a bit, but currently I am 98 out of 100. Almost there. I'm trying to get better at the hard mode in Kingdom Hearts 2 as a speedrun.
I saw that.
5-hour run. Yeah, you were there for that. Thank you.
How has that Kingdom Hearts 2 speedrunning been going?
It's been good. I finished 2 runs. My second run I saved like an hour, but you know it took me like forever to practice to even like run it normally. But yeah, hopefully I can get sub 5.
It's an RPG. I'm sure it would take a goddamn forever to speedrun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang.
It's like 30 plus hours normally.
Like, I'm impressed when people, like, do ridiculous speedruns on RPGs. Like, your open world ones where you can go straight to the ending, great. If you're gonna dick around with a boss and try to figure out how your own for, like, speedrun strats, great. But in ones where you actually have to go through an entire story, it's just like, how the hell do you go quick on that one? Like,
exactly, yeah.
There are some games that you just can't. Like, there's almost no way to speedrun Legend of Zelda Wind Waker because there's an impassable barrier at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I think barrier skip... Wait, is barrier skip a thing?
Not for this one specific barrier.
Oh, man.
Is it the one on the bridge?
Yeah, like underwater.
Yeah, like, it's like the transition from, like, the Hyrule Castle to, Ganon's...
Yeah, that spot is, impassable. So you have to do the full Triforce quest.
Oh, dang. I'm surprised that they never found a skip for that. I know they have, like, the Phantom Hover, like, for the last part, and that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I know, like, there's, like, RPGs, like, I can say, Chrono Trigger. Pretty early on, you can go fight the final boss.
Oh, yeah, you can fight Lavos with, the bucket, right?
Yeah, the bucket when you first go to End of Time. You can be like, well, final boss, right away.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the same thing, Spyro into the Dragonfly, just go right off and fight Ripto.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
But, anyway, Joe.
Hey everyone, I'll see everyone Saturday for discussing tabletop, and Sunday for more grinding gears.
Cool. And Lindsay.
Hey. So I'm Lindsay, and I'm currently burning down Fish's home because he's out of his pet suit.
Oh.
Can't prove that.
So for myself, if you're looking for stuff, tomorrow, theoretically, Raft with a whole bunch of people, including Lindsay and Blaze and stuff. If you're looking for more RPGs other than what Joe has mentioned, like Grinding Gears that you'll find on this channel. Next Tuesday, 10 a.m. EST for Records of Evil, The Lawful Evil, modern day Faerun D&D game, and at 2 p.m. is Legacies of Kain, the Vampire the Masquerade game, where they're going to have... They're arranging the family reunion! If you know that from 5th edition, they're doing it. I'm having them do it. Meaning that they're going to go meet all the necromancers and convince them that, hey, the necromancers have to work together, or be doomed. Yep. And then they get to go to the underworld. I've dicked with them very badly.
Poor Dawn.
Yeah, poor Dawn. And, of course, hopefully next week, same time, same place at 8 p.m. EST. We'll be back here for more Children of Rath, where we'll play some more Dungeon Dragons, and they'll get to Sorcery, where there is one major thing that you'll find. The Church of Benalia is there, the Church of Sarah is there, so Radiant might be visiting someplace that she knows. Anyway.
Will Dawn ever get the girl? Who knows?
Who knows?
We all
Dawn!
get the girl.
Dawn getting the girl, you know... I mean, she's got Phytome, probably. If Phytome ever comes back to her. Come back to me, Phytome, you ancient Greek goddess. Anyway, regardless, though, have a great rest of your... It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane with everything that goes on in that world out there, and see you next time. Same magic channel, same magic group. Bye, everyone!
Bye.